I'm looking forward to us being bold Black girls growing even more. We've gained a lot of new followers and subscribers on YouTube,
and we get notes. So thank you to everyone that if you send us a text message, I mean that just keeps us going. So thank you.
But people, listen, y'all, for real. Okay, I'm done after this. We done.
Right,
we done.
You gotta go.
We done after this. Y'all, we started this podcast to share our journey and to encourage other Black women to that you're not the problem. You are not the only one, but there's other. We want to provide every resource that we use for ourselves, provide that to y'all, so at least y'all can see what we, let's learn together. Yes. That's really what this was. It wasn't like us acting like we got all this, PhDs and all that on this. We just living, but to see how many people who have been positively impacted and affected by what we're saying, what we're talking about, who we brought on, whatever it is, we are so grateful for that.
So very.
Hello, and welcome to the Bold Black Girls Podcast. I'm Aries.
And I am Kim.
And this Christmas will be a very special
Have you watched any Christmas movies?
No.
Me either. I take that back. I did watch Home Alone.
I haven't watched not a near Christmas movie. I just pulled this red shirt out just to make it feel like it's Christmas,
holiday, right?
It's Christmas this week. And this is going to be our last episode, fresh episode. I'm just going to tell you this too. I'm going to post on our page my keynote that I did this year.
Yes.
It's a mini keynote. It's like 15 minutes. And it was the first one. So I would love to hear y'all thoughts on it. So I'm going to download it and I'm going to actually add that for next week.
To our YouTube.
On our YouTube page. I
was going to say you should.
Because I'm like, hey,
look, this is the Bold Black Girl TED Talk.
We being bold. I'm just going to put it out there and see what y'all think. It's the first one I've ever done. So I'm really looking forward to y'all's.
And I'm going to listen to that after we get done.
And it's something literally, y'all, I came up with in about 48 hours. And my speaking coach, she encouraged me to do it and was like, you can totally flesh this out later into a 45-minute talk. And I was like, I agree. So it eventually will
grow. 40 minutes?
45 minutes, like a keynote, legit so it was 40
keynote.
Minutes? I thought it was 15 minutes.
Okay.
But she was saying that with what I'm going to be talking about, I can flesh it out into more depth, right? Like I could add some other things to it because I already know things that I would want to do different, but I'm like, hell, I'm gonna put it out there and just see what y'all think.
I love it.
So anywho, that'll be next week. How was your week?
Oh, how was my week? It was actually cool because, December, we always say finish strong. I saw something on social media. It's like, finish with ease.
Yeah.
And I was like, we always are trying to be strong and
reject.
and I get it, like finish strong, like if you're running a race.
Right. Go hard to the end.
But sometimes we have gone so hard and so strong that it's to the detriment of our mental well-being, emotional, physical, and your body will just shut down.
Listen to your body.
Yes.
Your body will tell you.
Yes.
It's time.
So this weekend I didn't do much. The only thing I did was meet up with another mother-daughter. So that was good. And
I did a mommy-daughter double date.
We did a mommy-daughter double date and it was good. Good. What about you?
Oh God, this week was busy. I went to the Toby Nwigwe concert in Houston on Sunday.
Yes. Did you enjoy it?
Oh my God, it was everything I thought it was going to be. Me and my friend Angela, we rolled down on Saturday. I got my hair braided that morning. Rolled down that afternoon as soon as I got my hair braided.
Did you eat good while you were in Houston?
It was nothing special. I mean, nothing that was like that I couldn't have done here. But and then we almost overslept because we took a nap after brunch, and we got to the concert like an hour late, but it did not start until we walked in the door. I was like, look at God. As soon as he walked in, he was like, my name is Toby. Yes, we were an hour late. But we were right by the as soon as we woke up, we're like, oh my God, let's get up, get ready.
Y'all overslept.
Yes.
No, y'all some old women.
I said, this exactly what I said. I said, this one, you owe. I said, because honestly, I feel like going right back to sleep. I don't even care. But then we went to the concert, left a little bit early because it was like 12 already. And I was like,
midnight.
I got to get up in the morning. I got to go back home. I had things to do. So I got up and we left about 5:45 in the morning on Monday and drove back to Dallas. I got here by 9:30. I was pulling up in my house. And my week was on fire from that point forward. I was prepping for my PTO, which started on Friday, and I'm off until the 28th. So, and that's just so that I come back and close my year out. I'm in sales.
Put up the calendar
I'm in sales. I can't be leaving the end of the year now.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I was like, let me get all my stuff ready. I pre-scheduled all my emails for my customers, happy holidays and all that. And put that out of office on honey on Friday and was like, we're done.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a good productive week. And I'm just looking forward to, I've literally been prepping to release. I've been telling everybody ATW. I put my out of office on my thing.
I love it.
I will be gone. Do not message me.
Do not disturb.
Nothing. I put people's names that you need to go to if you are getting this message. You need to be going there because they can handle it. And do not call me unless it's an emergency.
No, that's right. Setting boundaries.
Because the world gonna go on.
Regardless.
You'll be fine. Everybody will be okay. Even the kids,
I love it.
Go with your father. They're with their father.
And this will be the first time they're with their dad on Christmas, right? Since
for the most part, they usually will come home. If they're with him, they'll come home like on Christmas Day. But yeah. I'm releasing everybody to their own.
Relax, release.
You'll be fine. I'm gonna detach.
Yep.
For a good week.
That's good.
That's the plan. So
Black women especially need to do this because we carry so much.
We are at the end of 2021.
And here it is so quickly.
We are at the end. I mean,
this year flew by.
I feel like we say that every year, but
I feel like during the pandemic, it has really flown by.
It's just a lot happening.
Years seem like they go by faster when you get older.
Yeah.
The older you get. So let's talk about that. Let's recap 2021 lessons learned. You and I always talk about how life is just about different seasons. I feel like for me, it's been a season of stillness.
Yeah.
Less is more. But for you, your this year has been really busy for you.
It's been really
You've been active. I was just going to say, you've had a very active year.
And I've been acting from my house. Like, it's not that I've been in the street because I have not.
Right.
But I've been doing a lot in different areas.
Exactly.
And the year started out I was kind of down when the year first started because I told y'all that I started this job. This is a sales role that I'm in. The first time I've been in a quota carrying sales role. And last year, of course, I start a sales job right before a pandemic. How'd that work? How we about to get out here and make this money?
How many?
Exactly. So, I had started all, ready to go. And then, so when I ended the year last year, I had not met my goal, which no one expected me really to the first year, but still I'm hard on myself.
Pressure.
And I didn't like that. And it wasn't good. I didn't like it at all. So when the year started, my market leader at the time, well, she's still my market leader, but she was like, okay, I could really help you get where you want to get. Like, you got to listen and do the things that I'm going to tell you what to do, and I was like, okay. And there's, I'm a person that I've always had a lot of pride, and a lot of my lessons that I get in life are to humble me and to get me to be able to listen to other people because I am a rebel. And so it took a lot for me to say, you know what? Okay, let me listen to her and do the things that she's telling me to do, because I was doubting if I should even be doing it. I'm like, should I be doing this? Because I'm not good right now, right? I'm good. I know I can do it. And I'm looking at other people like, well, if they can do it, then how come I can't?
I can do it.
I can do this. So it was a challenge, a personal challenge for myself. Like, nah, you're not about to quit. Like, I could easily be like, nah, let me go look and do something else. Exactly. And I was like, nope, we're going to conquer this. We got to get past this, So it took me really humbling myself and walking through it. And I'll tell you that, like, in those first couple of months of the year, she even came back to me and was like, she said, some people, when that happens, when I'm giving them advice and stuff, they don't want it. The pride, right, will come, and they'll just leave, or they'll give up on themselves. And I saw you hustle. Like, you were like, okay, like, she gave me accolades for that. And my year has shown it, because I'm like 120% of my goal now. Like, and I did that in November.
I love it.
Like, I was so proud of myself. I'm like, when I got my, she sent me flowers in the mail and everything. Cause she was like, I have seen you working hard this year. I really have been putting the effort in, trying different things, working with my team differently than I did the year before, from lessons that I learned from last year. I didn't know how to really work with the team the way that I needed to be successful. So a lot of communication, with my other, we do a lot of team selling. So you have like your solution specialists and your inside sales kind of folks. Like, we need to be on the same page on a lot of things to make sure we're giving good customer service, like this whole nine. So I felt really good this year, and I was like, okay, now you've done it. You're successful in this, you're reaping your rewards, because sales, that's something that you're going to see. Absolutely. That you're doing well, because you're going to get that fat commission.
Yes.
Check. So I'm like, look at God. Look at God.
I'm proud of you. You have just you've been doing a lot, right?
Yeah. I mean, but the beginning of the year, I was feeling away work-wise, like, I was just kind of down. So to see that effort, I could have easily just had a pity party. I could have.
You let it inspire you.
It did, because I like a challenge. I'm competitive.
Yes.
And I even more so with myself.
Yes.
Like, nah, Aries, you're not about to just,
because you're rebel.
You ain't doing that.
I'm not gonna fail.
If I'm gonna go out, I'm going out trying my hardest.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
I love it.
How'd your year start out? I can't remember. What was you doing?
I know. So I think for me, 2021, I came into it with like, just continue with your stillness. But I had some like personal challenges that were going on, but thank God for therapy. Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank God for therapy.
Yes.
And therapy opens your eyes to a lot.
Yes, it does.
It makes you look at people different.
Yourself.
Absolutely.
And you be like, ooh, I do that, huh?
I do. Right. Yes. And so for me, like, I think I was just in that stage of a new job. I think I had been there maybe 6 months, maybe. So still fresh, still learning. So my year wasn't starting off. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
But we did have a good time this year. We had a highlight, because I almost was like, it's funny because yesterday somebody said something about the birthday, and I said, I don't know, I forgot what I did for my birthday this year. And I'm like, girl,
that was the highlight of my year.
I said, I am not going to another birthday sitting up in this house. Because I'm good for a birthday trip. And I just said, I'm getting up, and I went and found me a swim up pool, a hotel with a swim up pool. And this is at the time when people were just really getting the vaccine.
Yeah.
And so they weren't traveling like that yet. People hadn't really been traveling out of the country.
US. I mean, the US was the only people that could travel
to certain places. Yep. And so I just got online. I was like, I'm gonna find me, it's gonna be me and the boys, and I'm just gonna go. And I'm like 10 days. And I had the deal though. Like, it was such a good deal. I have not seen nothing like that since. I said, I'm about to live it up. So then I told you, I said, I booked a trip. And you was like, where? I want to go. and booked it the next day. I said, that's when you got to have friends that got something. You can make some moves.
And when you steal and you save your money, that's what I also learned.
Exactly.
Be still and save.
Look, And we had a blast.
We had, and Kiara's still talking about the trip.
We had the time of our lives. I said, "Oh, look at us!"
She said that just the other day.
We was the only Black folks there. We saw this one couple that was there for like 2 days because we seen people come and go. We was there for so long. We didn't see people come and go. And remember, we saw the Black couple and we was like, "Hey y'all!"
Hey y'all!
They were like, "Hey cousins!"
They sure did.
I love seeing Black folks when we the only ones somewhere.
I do too. I do too. So that was like, that was my major highlight of 2021.
Yeah, that was.
I can't think of anything else.
You
had a couple of
Love
highlights
on Stage, the dating show.
Yep.
That started right after that. When I got back, I feel like that was starting up. The conversations were starting up. We were determining if I was going to be on the show and all that. And then we started recording like in August, but it was a little bit of time, the summer, you know. That was a lot.
It was, and we're gonna even do an episode on that, like how that experience was.
A lot.
But you learned and you gained.
That was a personal growth journey for me. So I'll just say that what I got out of that was that I was ready to move on to the next phase of where I was going. Because I feel like a lot of the lessons that you know how we get lessons back that we don't do well on?
Yes.
And
repeat lessons.
Yes.
And so you pass.
There are certain ones that are they're themes in my life. And, you know, being married twice when I was young, obviously I was immature. I was like, what? Everything. I got something to say, you know, right? Like I'm here for the back and forth, you know. The boy's dad going through co-parenting was a lesson to shut your A up. And that was a long lesson. You see, I've been divorced 8 years. I'm just now learning how to I'm just now getting that lesson wrapped up. But being in this experience with this dude that I was dating, I was like, oh, you're gonna put both of them together
in one and mix it up.
And then go like this and go and then throw that thing. I was like, wow, okay. But I knew that the Holy Spirit was working on me. And my relationship with God has gotten a lot stronger. So I really was listening to what I felt like he wanted me to do in this situation. And it was totally not hurting me the way it used to when I had to do it when I was co-parenting.
Right.
Like it used to hurt I had a pain in my side to be quiet and not react. I used to be like, ooh.
And now look at you. Look at that growth.
And it was like, you know what? It just felt like way easier, to be honest with you. And I was like, thank you, Lord. I feel like I needed that because I don't know why I need that skill. I need it. Clearly, I need it for something coming up that might be even bigger. So I got to see my growth in front of my face, obviously being on camera and all that too.
I know.
So that was a whole nother thing.
Open to the world.
I was like, yeah. And it's people with opinions in the comments.
Yes.
Because they would put paragraphs and stuff in there about stuff. I was like, oh, wow, this is crazy. So yeah, that was a big one.
Okay, you did something else. You did a leadership program.
Still in that program. I'm almost done. We'll be done at the end of January.
Excellent.
That was good. That was not a lot more just like learning. But the cohort I was in for speaking with my coach, Rhonda Khan, the Catalyst Academy. Her company's called Simply Speech, and she's a gem. She is a gem, and I'm gonna tell you why. She's an Aries.
She's an Aries.
That's this first. But she will push you. She sees things in you, and you know, she really spoke a lot of life into me to help me kind of hone. And I still got stuff to work on, you know, but
yes,
just her faith in me, you know, in the program and stuff like that. And we had our commencement. We just had our commencement a couple weeks ago. And she had me like as the closer. I was like,
okay, I cannot wait to hear it.
So yeah, so that I'm gonna put that on the like I said, I'm gonna put that on our page. But you know, what's interesting about that is that speech, right?
I have a dream.
That speech. Then I went to my leadership program like a week later, and we were talking about some things that were in alignment with that. And they had me come on camera and talk. And I had the language because I had just got through doing the speech.
That you were prepared.
And then they were like, and people were messaging me. They started coming to our page, following the podcast. Like it's all this stuff. Then I told my mom, I said, this is what purpose looks like. It's not about people giving me accolades or whatever, but it's showing me that your story, because this was my story. That's all I was talking about was my story, my personal story. Yes. But it shows you where your alignment is.
Yes.
Then I got asked by my market leader at work to speak at our annual conference in Vegas in January to talk about self-advocacy, which is right in alignment with the speech. So I was like, Jesus.
He was preparing you all alone and you didn't
preparing
even know
me
because everything connects.
Yes. I was like, wow. Now this is what alignment looks like and going with the flow.
Oh,
like literally because I wanted to say to Rhonda, like, I'm not going to do the speech thing because I really hadn't prepared, blah, blah. She was like, Eris, you can do this. I want you to send me something on video in 24 hours. And I was like, what?
She challenged you.
She did. So it's like, if I would have, the old Aries would have just quit and be like, I ain't gonna do it. Let me just go this way. I ain't gonna do it. And I've really not been allowing myself to quit on myself this year. So I would say just saying, okay, she trusts me. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and everything was like that. So when I got asked to speak, you want to speak at the, I want you to be on, first she said panel, but then she told me it was like a 5-minute thing. And I'm like, well, I just got to doing a 15-minute thing. Right. I can do a 5-minute thing, So I'm like, wow, look at God. Like that is really just him and me being obedient,
Obedient.
So I didn't mean to go into this whole.
I really think that takes us to the next question is like, what was one of the most valuable lessons?
That was mine. What about you?
Jesus, I don't know. Like
you have been consistent. I think you have really just been, and I'll say just for you as a friend, I feel like you are consistent. Like I was talking to Chris about you the other day. I said, you never think about like when you meet people, how that relationship is going to be, like where it's going to go. Right. Like I met you in the gym,
True.
And I'm like, okay, she's cool. And I just knew that from the people that we were around, I'm like, it's something about her. Like, I don't know what it is. I just know like she's cool and I trust her. Like, and I don't be trusting folks.
Me either.
I don't be trusting folks. But I just feel like you have been consistent like throughout. So you're through and through. Like you just have been really consistent. So I could see right now the season that you're in is very like
mellow,
chill.
Yes.
Yeah. You've been like, well,
off the radar.
Flow. Yeah.
Off the radar. I mean, I've had people reach out like, you okay? I'm like, I'm okay. Like,
yeah, you have people reaching out to me asking if you was okay. I'm like,
I am okay. I am off the radar for a reason. And I'm just listening to God. It's kind of like what you said. It's like being obedient. I don't know what he's preparing me for. I am just like, and sometimes like you can be in the season where you're like, oh, my friend's doing this. Well, no, I'm sitting back looking at my friend grow and glow. Like I am here to be supportive. And whenever my season comes, I'll be ready for it. Yes. Right.
And I'm gonna be right there.
I'm going to be I'm in contentment. I think that's what it is also.
Yeah.
I'm very content on where I am. Therapy. Thank the Lord for it.
Yes.
Work is good. I'm thinking about making some pivots, but even then, I think one of the lessons I learned is listen to your gut.
Yes. Yes.
Listen, Kim.
We try to talk ourselves out of our gut so many times.
Like, I've got so much confirmation on listen to your gut. I was thinking about switching jobs and my gut was like, don't do it. So glad I didn't do it.
Within the company.
Yeah. Yeah. So glad I didn't. And then I think also one of my most valuable lessons is like how I parent, how it has evolved. I don't want to be what everybody's talking about on the Black Mama TikTok, right? I don't want to be a toxic mother.
You already aren't.
Right. But it's like, okay, maybe I had some of that in me.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Right. And it's like, let's flip that around. Not necessarily gentle parenting, but
a mix.
Exactly.
But more on the gentle side.
Exactly.
Like LJ, he told me, he's like, used to be mean.
He said that? Kiara said that to me, and
but
I can accept it
because I always told them when I'm trying to work on myself, even in the mean days, I'd be like, I'm trying.
Yes.
I don't want to be like this.
Right.
I don't want to yell. I don't want to do
Right.
this. So I will always be very open with them about where I was. And they've seen the growth, which is why he feels comfortable, being able to tell me that. He was like, you used to be mean. I was like, I was. We watched a video from when they were little. And I was like, impatient. I was being so impatient. Like, I'm like, okay, so like, read the thing, whatever,
Really?
like all this. And I'm like, I was like, dang, look at how I'm like acting. But we can look back and laugh at it now because our relationship is totally different, today, which for me is helpful because I'm able to see the growth.
I love it.
And continue that way. And then I pick up on even more. And we talk about this all the time. Yep. Picking up on even more of the like little nuances to be better. It's easy to yell and do all that. And you're going to have them days.
Listen, I used to call you all the time, right? I've had to apologize to Kiara. Like, I'm sorry I did that. Like, I probably inherited from the previous generation, right?
We definitely, we parent the way we were parented for the most part. Yes. And then it's up to us to make the changes. Yes. And that's where I'm at. Cause I'm like, it's too easy for me to start going off.
Yes.
I could do that like it ain't nothing.
Right. And so if I'm just like, if I can help somebody else to tell them my experience, like I'm not telling you how to parent, but from my experience, how this could help you.
Yeah.
So I think that was one of my most valuable lessons. Sound like you also, we both, I think, have gained patience.
Oh, definitely.
And I'm just saying, even from this, like the podcast, we are so flexible. And this podcast has made me even more flexible. Like if something happened, it's like, we don't get upset. We're like, okay, well, what do we need to do to work around? Like that's a true partnership. And we talked about, well, I ain't gonna say we talked about it, but we listened to a sermon today. Woo! And he said that, did he say
Dr. Darius?
Yes, about
I'll tell you,
favor brings partnerships.
Yes, it
brings peace, partnership, and prophetic fulfillment.
Come on, prophetic fulfillment.
And I was like, you know what? This is so accurate.
Mm-hmm.
So accurate.
And that's why I said that, because I'm like, this is a partnership that was given through favor.
Yes.
Because I feel like we're at probably 7-8 years of friendship almost at this point, which is what I was talking to Chris about yesterday. I was actually talking to him about you. I was like, I can't believe that we've been friends this long. Like that is it's just a trip to see things flourish, into what they're going to be. That was one
of my words one year.
Was it?
Yes.
You got all your words. I'll be forgetting mine.
No, I keep a note.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I'm like, wow, it's just, those are valuable because I had some friend challenges along the years, and my whole thing, if I stop being friends with someone, it usually has something to do with loyalty. And it's interesting because the ones that I've stopped being friends with, it was because they abandoned the friendship first because of something that wasn't communicated or whatever. I still don't even know
to this day
what they are because you don't know how to use your words. And literally, these are people that I was there for in hard times, good, bad. And that's when they be like, you can't expect yourself from other people. I learned that through having people just be like, oh, you didn't, I don't even know. Like something, you didn't answer the phone when I called and I needed you that day. Okay. You can't communicate. Like, so you're willing to stop being my friend for that. Like that's stuff that I'm like, okay, nah, you're not a person that I would want. That's not longevity. That's not a valued relationship for me. It's not healthy for me to have a friend that can't stick around through good times and bad times. You know what I mean? So I take it very seriously when I have people that are in my life that are consistent, that are people you can trust and rely on.
We just talked about that. I think we were texting, and it's funny. So I had my last therapy session of the year, and she was like, how's your your friendships? I'm like, oh, top notch, A1. I love my friends. I was like, I think I have good friends. Because I told her, I said, this year I've been quiet. And I was like, but my primary friends, I'm like, it's solid. Like, I don't have any issues. And I think back to like, I didn't really see my mother with friends. So I'm like, where did I learn how to be a friend?
That's true. My family was your friends.
Really?
They didn't have a lot of outside people that were there. Like, I don't know any of my mom having girlfriends over
Me
or
either.
hanging out with her girl. It was her sister.
Or going on out of town.
It was the sisters with the sisters, the uncles. I don't know who their friends were. I had one uncle who had a lot of friends. He was very social. He was just like that person, the black sheep kind of.
Right.
But our family was very into y'all, you stick with your family. So when stuff would happen in the family and people not talking no more, then y'all fight and now you ain't got nobody to like. What? So you go talk to other family and talk about the other person, so it's like you don't really have anybody you can vent to, about it. And I never been like that. I always had outside people.
And I'm the type of person like I try to keep the peace. I really do.
I'm usually the peace person in my family too.
Yes, I like to keep, like, if somebody else might be bickering, but I'm gonna tell you, Kim's not trying to bicker. I'm like, I want to inject joy in whatever I do, right? Even at a funeral, I'm gonna bring some joy to the funeral. Yes. Like, girl, do you remember when she did that?
There will be some laughter at the funeral.
It will be. If I'm there, it's gonna be some laughter. We're not gonna laugh. Right after we done crying, we are going to laugh, and I want peace, and I think that's really been my focus this year, is like peace and joy. Yeah. And just getting in that solitude. So,
I can tell that inside my body, I can't take it. Drama.
I don't either. Like anything negative, I will just lock up.
Yes, that's how I feel. I'm like, reject. Exactly. I'm serious. I'm not.
Or I will exit stage left quick.
I'll be like, well,
on that note,
on Love on Stage, me and the guy. We'll talk about this. We had a very heated FaceTime conversation that didn't go well. And he was like going in and everything. And I'm like, after he finished, I was like, well, this conversation isn't really going anywhere. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and holler back at you later.
You know what that is? Growth.
It is. Because I was like, I ain't going back and forth with you. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not. That's just, I'm not doing it. So that's another thing that we pulled into 2021 that is sticking with me.
It's just sticking beside it, right?
All the way through. So
okay.
So well, we're rounding out the end of the year. So what's your going into the end of the year? How are you ending this year? What's your plan?
Peace, right? I don't want to go out.
Okay.
I'm still laying low. Kiara's birthday is on Christmas Eve, so we're gonna do a staycation.
Nice.
So we're have a nice dinner, and guess what I'm gonna do? Eat leftovers for Christmas.
Okay, because you ain't cooking.
I'm not cooking.
I'm here for it.
I'm not cooking. If I didn't have Kiara, I'd be right there with Jamaica with you.
Hey, because I'm gonna be on the island, baby.
So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna sit in the hotel and plan what we want our next year to look like, and next year this time.
I love it
as well.
That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. So I'm going on vacation, personal vacation, solo vacation,
solo dolo,
which is so interesting because I literally had to, I talked to my kids about it. Of course, they were like, we want to go. No.
You took them for 10 days to Mexico and
stay with your father. That's what you're going to do. Stay with your father. You know what? Your dad is here. That. You go ahead and hang out with your dad and y'all are going to just have a blast. I don't know what you're going to do, but you know what? I am going to take time for me. And I don't feel nothing about it. Nothing guilty. I'm halfway already past.
We have to stop this guilt.
I don't do that. I don't have none. So don't look. If you're looking for guilt, don't come to this page because you ain't going to find it. I'm here for it. I'm gone. I'm going to live my best life for a whole week.
I am so excited for you.
I have bought me a new journal, not even a journal, a planner. You know, the fancy planners. I bought me a planner. I'm going to use that. I have a note in my phone with all my retreat. This is my personal retreat of things that I'm going to be checking off my list as I go throughout the week.
I'm about to share this list so I can do it at home.
Yes, because you can do it anywhere. Okay. Really, you just set up some time and kind of, I picked a beautiful resort that at first I was going to go to this other one. And then
glad you didn't go there.
I was like, you know what? I'm here for luxury. I don't want to be at no party place or because I'm doing adult only for the first time.
Exactly. Right. I
don't never get to do adult only. Right. I mean, and I've been with my friends to places and it's usually.
But there are kids there, like a specific.
Kids there, somewhere. And I was like, no. And this is like a very bougie black girl luxury style type situation. So I am so looking forward to this. I've been prepping for it. I'm ready for it. I just can't wait. So I feel really good about that. I'll be back, right before the year is up. Like I said, I'm in sales, honey. I can't just be leaving the year out here like that. I got to close some stuff up.
So you will come back and work a few
days.
And
I'll be back and work a few days. Yeah.
I'm off the 23rd all the way to the new year. And I'm going to do things around in Dallas. Like I'm going to get a massage, a facial, self-care. Real self-care.
Yes. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to get to wherever the spa's at. I'm going to be there.
I know. You better go
and to the hotel. Let me tell you. I just got to tell y'all this one part.
Please tell us.
The hotel room. Y'all know I love I don't know. Do I talk about being in the bathtub all the time on here? Okay. I was like, do I be talking about
So what does the hotel have?
My room has a whirlpool on the balcony.
So you got
on the balcony of the room.
So you could just sit outside at night.
Y'all better quit playing with me. But anyway, I just had to. I'm sorry.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
It's possible, y'all. This girl from the hood in Richmond, California, about to be having the whirlpool on the balcony.
I love it.
I'm like, oh boy, from ATL. He was, you got a Picasso in your house.
Shoot, send me that. I might be leaving PR on the 26th.
Right. I'm like, shoot, this is what I'm talking about. So anyway,
I love it.
So did you come up with your word yet?
I came up with the word. So let's talk about last year. My word was oh gosh, how did I forget my word of the year?
Your word last year.
Here it is. It was bloom.
Bloom. Yeah.
I kept seeing it everywhere. And I was like, you know what? This is and I felt like I bloomed in where I needed to bloom, right?
You did.
This year, the revelation I got is my year's focus.
Focus.
What about
Which is interesting because remember 2020, everybody was talking about focusing and the vision and all that stuff.
Yes.
But we didn't know what we was about to have to deal with focus because you had to stay at the house. So I think it kind of shifted. So my word
about you
is flow.
Oh, I love it.
And it's interesting because it came to me around October-ish. And then when we had y'all go look on our Instagram, we had an interview with Tony Jones when her album came out in November. And she had a song. I think she has a song called Flow. But if it wasn't a song called Flow, but it was Flow. It's in the song. Yeah, there's something in the song. But anyway, so I was like, okay. And I've been even just using that language a lot about like, you know what? I'm just going to flow like water. I'm just kind of just letting things, I'm just going to go with it. I'm not going to fight against
Don't force it.
Yep. I'm not going to fight against the current. I'm going to just roll with it. Whatever is coming my way. It's been so many times where I'm like, I want to go against this, and then I'm like, no, just see.
Yep.
And that also has a lot to do with trust and faith, right? Like
trust,
really trusting God.
Yes,
surrendering. It's like, okay, let me just go with it. This is what you're doing. These are the doors you're opening. Okay, let me go with that door. You closed it. Cool. We're going to let that go. It's okay. Because I know that there's some reason why you closed that door because you need me to be available for this, or if that door would have opened, I wouldn't have saw that, So I'm just trusting God and really, really relying on my faith in him because I feel like he has just been proving himself over and over. And I'm flowing, and that's my word. I think this is my reaping season.
Yes.
It's definitely, I feel like Easter rain. It's me season.
It's me. It's me.
It's time. Yes. I put a lot of work in over the years. And I think something that I've been learning over the last probably quarter is I have been playing small. I'm never going to be a person that you're going to see putting myself on a pedestal and being like, I'm a bad beat. And I'm like, that's not my personality. You'll never hear that because that just ain't me.
Right.
But I'm not going to be minimizing myself either. I'm going to really just go with what is there. Like, don't deny it, but also, I'm not going to hide under a rock either.
It's like face everything and rise.
Yep. I'm going to flow. I'm going to fly. I'm going to let these wings spread and I'm going to reap my reward.
I love it. So proud of you.
I'm serious. I was like, I'm going to reap because I feel like it's definitely time for me to, really, really maximize and really recover what I feel like I over the years have lost because of
playing small.
So many things, going through corporate America as a Black woman and being minimized and allowing it to psychologically affect me.
Yep.
To where I was like, am I smart? Am I what I thought I was?
You're damn smart.
Doubting myself. And now realizing like, honey, actually, it's the opposite. And we need to get back to that 20-year-old version of yourself that knew she was smart, that knew she was supposed to be doing big things and not holding back on those things.
Same.
And it takes a level of confidence. It takes a level of really realizing what value you bring to a room. And it's not easy, to kind of reprogram yourself back, to that. It's a process. So I'm really working on the affirmations and continuing to kind of keep that positivity going so that I can not miss out on what I'm supposed to be doing because of, playing that little game. So I'm ready for 2022.
I am too.
I hope we don't get no surprises like 2020 or nothing like that.
And 2021 too, because we thought we was going, new year, new me, pandemic free.
I mean, yeah, I'm like, but if we look, what is oh my God, was it Pastor Todd? It was one of them basically talking about how like just because it don't matter what the world talking about,
right?
It don't matter if it's a recession, if it's whatever. God, he want to bless you, he gonna bless you regardless.
Yep.
He not subject to the world standards.
What's going on around, right? Do not be conformed by the world.
Come on. So he's not subject to these rules. So we gotta like take him out of a box. I think I put myself in a box and God, and so I'm like, nope. Whenever I start feeling like I'm putting myself in a box or I'm putting God in the box.
When we don't like being in the box, so we can't put God in the box. We don't like being restricted.
Exactly. So I'm hopeful. I'm looking forward to us being both Black girls growing even more. We've gained a lot of new followers and subscribers on YouTube.
And we get notes. So thank you to everyone that if you send us
so
a
many
text message, I mean, that just keeps us going. So thank you.
But people, listen, y'all, for real. Okay, I'm done after this. We done.
Right,
we done.
You gotta go.
We done after this. Y'all, we started this podcast to share our journey and to encourage other Black women to that you're not the problem. You are not the only one, but there's we want to provide every resource that we use for ourselves, provide that to y'all. So at least y'all can see what we, let's learn together. Yes. That's really what this was. It wasn't like us acting like we got all this, PhDs and all that on this. We just living, but to see how many people who have been positively impacted and affected by what we're saying, what we're talking about, who we brought on, whatever it is, we are so grateful for that.
So very.
We get those notes. We got people like, we want to take y'all to lunch. How can we help y'all? I have corporate people reaching out now, starting to say like, how can I help partner with y'all? So look for some things like that coming in 2022. I'm like, okay.
And then just the blessings from those guests this past year. Thank you to our guests.
So many great people
and that we've had. This one right here, this is the social connector right here. I thought she's really the real connector. I'm like the baby connector.
You gonna be up there with me.
I was like, this girl has brought on some amazing guests.
I just emailed 15 people, was like, all right, these are the people that I feel like, and I'm gonna pray about that on this retreat too. Like, who should we be bringing on this podcast this year for the next season? So, these are people that I was like, okay, they have great messages. I like their energy. I like people who are going to come on here and mesh well with what we got going on. And it's just been a blessing.
It really has.
We learned a lot this year. And most of it's out of curiosity. I'm like, I want to learn about banking Black. I want to learn about this.
And I think that's one of our superpowers is curiosity.
Curiosity. Yeah.
Because I'm curious as heck.
Stay curious, y'all.
Stay curious.
Stay a learner. Self-educate. Invest in yourself.
Yes. So that's what I want to talk about. Like one thing I am going to do for myself. One thing I did 2021 one was I started meeting with a financial advisor.
Mm-hmm.
I put that on my vision board.
Mm-hmm.
My therapist is like, what did you do on your vision board? She's like, how's that come? I was like, everything but the boo thing. Everything else, right?
That's because you ain't going outside. We already talked about
outside.
that.
But this year, I want to really invest in myself with maybe perhaps like a career coach.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I was actually looking at that too because I
Mhm.
did hire someone recently for something.
For something.
We'll see. If everything goes the way that I want it to go, we'll talk about this in Q1.
Okay, I'm excited.
But
We're gonna speak
I had the speaking coach.
Yes.
I've been doing the management accelerator program to help build up my business acumen and strategy and all that kind of stuff because you got to invest for where you want to go.
It's about being prepared.
You want to be good at it. You got to, everybody has a coach, even the excellent ones. LeBron James has a coach.
Yes.
Tiger Woods had a coach. People had coaches. So
I watched him yesterday.
I did. Him and his son.
Yes.
His son is out there. I said, come on, that's going to be my baby.
I was thinking,
now I got to go out with them.
I was like, we need to 2022 get on the course more.
Yes, we do. That's going to be a commitment for spring. Yes. And y'all might hear about the Bold Black Girls Golf tournament or something. Anywho, all right, we're done.
Yes.
We knew this was going to be the last one, so we're running our mouth, but it's okay. We hope y'all have been blessed by us this season and the people that we have brought on the podcast. Please share with your friends about the podcast and people that you think will benefit from what we're, the stuff that we're putting out there. We really are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're not that far away. We're only probably like 300 and something away. So, just share with some folks. And some of y'all watching and y'all ain't subscribed.
And, send it to them like, I couldn't get you a real gift, but I'm going to bless you with this gift.
And when y'all are talking to people and you hear them saying things that you're like, Aries and Kim be talking about this on the podcast, or they had a guest, let me share this with you, and send that link and stuff like that. Because those are the messages that we've been getting. People are like, you know what? I was feeling like I was going to do this. And then I saw y'all and I said, I'm going to do it like this. And I'm like, that's what we want. That's really all that, we're hoping for with this.
Empower, inspire.
Yeah. So anywho, we love y'all and we hope you have a blessed holiday.
Yes.
And we'll see y'all next year.
Peace.
Bye.